The Play Mornings with Steph and John replay.
Good morning, world.
It's currently January 19th, 2024.
On the list of things I didn't need to know, I feel like that the fact that King Charles, the guy over in England, our Democratic monarch, is going in to the hospital because of an enlarged prostate. Yeah. And this was like not one headline that I saw.
Yeah.
It was headlines all over the place letting everyone know that the king was going into the hospital because of an enlarged prostate.
Huh.
Can you imagine if you were that famous, that important, that interesting, that they decided they needed to write articles about your prostate?
I wonder who spilled the beans on what he was going for. Like, was it his doctor? Was his doctor like, this guy is not well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe he traded a little bit of this guy's not well.
Yeah.
It's his prostate for some cash.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not a big deal to talk about your prostate. Maybe it's a stigma we need to get away from.
No.
Everybody has one.
No, I don't think women have prostates.
You got me.
Over this week, I have watched a new but old movie series.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching Ice Age.
Is there something new about that? Because I'm pretty sure that came out when I was in elementary school.
Well, I haven't seen the newest one, which came out, I think, 3 years ago. Like the last one. Because Blue Sky, rest its soul. Blue Sky went under.
What does that mean?
The company that made all of them.
Oh, I was unaware. I just assumed it was Pixar,
Yeah, right?
3D animated Pixar.
Yeah, no, made those, made Rio. But yeah, so I've started watching those, and boy, do they hold up.
Yeah?
They are so good. I remember them being amazing as a kid, but now that I'm watching them as an adult, there's so many adult jokes thrown in. Like, yeah, in kids' movies, there's an adult joke here and there, but watching as an adult, there's a whole different, like, subplot to it as opposed to watching it as a kid.
Interesting. So how far are you in? How many Ice Age movies are there?
There are 5. I have watched all of them now.
That was an unexpected turn of events.
Yeah.
5 Ice Age movies? What, were they trying to be in Land Before Time? You could get paid to spend your summer looking at bears.
Nope. Next conversation, please.
Well, it's not just looking at them, but actually like tracking them.
You're not making this any better.
Documenting them, assisting with the capture and handling of them.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. You sold me.
And guess how much they want to pay you to do that?
An hour? Let's say 40.
Wow. You think your skills are highly sought after.
I think you're touching a bear.
The risk factor is large, but it starts at $24 an hour.
That's a slap in the face.
And it's not just like... It's grizzly bears. It's not black bears that they want you to handle.
Yeah, because black bears are the ones you just yell loud and they run away, right?
You hope, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
grizzly
what
bears
happens.
are the ones you have to somehow pretend you're dead.
And protect your neck and hope for the best.
Who came up with that? The bear? Lay down on the ground.
Lay down and wait for me to come over there. But yeah, Kananaskis Country is hiring 3 bear workers, and their job is going to be to keep the public safe. So they're going to be the ones who are kind of scaring the bears away from the area.
Yeah.
They're going to be the ones collaring and monitoring them. And so they will be watching grizzly bears and saying, get out of here, bear.
Yeah.
And hopefully not being eaten for $24 an hour.
They're the clown in a barrel in this bull type situation.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Do people still read magazines?
Yes.
Really?
I still read magazines.
Do you actually?
I love magazines.
Because every time I walk through a grocery store, like, they're always propped up beside the register. And my only question about it is a lot of magazines, at least that I see, are like tabloid magazines.
Uh-huh.
And they have front pages of stuff that happened like 2 weeks ago. So it's like, well, what's the point of those if you have your phone and everything?
Wow. I mean, some people are just not as extremely online as you are.
Yeah, but like if a big store, like everybody heard of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift dating before like People's Magazine put it on their front page or something, right?
I guess so. But think about all the other magazines that exist there. Like there's Bon Appetit, there's Canadian Living, there's Chatelaine, there's Cottage Life.
Okay, then what? I guess let me pivot my question. Do people still buy the tabloid magazines that are like, oh, these 52 secrets to help you lose weight by Dr. Oz or something like that?
I think they do. Sometimes I buy Woman's Day. That's kind of like a tabloidy. I know. It
And
sounds.
is it a guilty pleasure?
Yeah, I love it, especially Women's Day as a tabloid because it is only like I think it's $2.99. So it's just a quick $3 hit. It's pretty interesting. Get some good little quotes at the back there. There's a nice crossword puzzle.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I know why you think that nobody buys magazines, but I'm going to tell you something else is that I often rent them from the library.
You rent magazines?
I do. I literally just got a notification yesterday that a couple of mine were expiring and I needed to bring them back. Spotify is always coming out with ways to brag about your music tastes.
That's true.
They're like, hey, this is your Spotify Wrapped. Share it to your stories. Yesterday, I found this new thing called your day list.
You did, and you explained this to me in a way that made me want to try it, and I instantly filled with rage.
You filled with rage? Why?
It doesn't know me at all.
Okay, so your day list apparently is what Spotify thinks you'd like to listen to during the day.
Very specific days.
And then it makes a name for your day list.
Yep.
And then, of course, it wants you to be really sharey about it. So I tried to take a screenshot of it, and instead it popped up like, look at this great graphic we've actually created already for you to share this. And would you like to share it to your Instagram or your Facebook or your whatever? And I was like, excuse me, Spotify. I don't brag about how much I listen to Spotify here. I'm just interested. What is your day list called?
My day... Heartbroken, Slow Pop Friday, early morning.
Oh, John, are you heartbroken?
Well, my girlfriend did leave last week.
She's still your girlfriend, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Mine's called A Hopeless Friday Lyrical Morning.
What's wrong with us on Fridays?
I don't know, because I think I've said Friday 3 times today.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling hopeless at all.
I'm
Not
not
moody.
feeling, moody pop, sad. Like, no, none of that.
Not feeling heartbroken at all.
A little heartbroken, but that's besides the point. U-Hauls are not just cool trucks with drawings on them anymore.
Not just cool trucks. Some of them have iguanas on them.
Is it a drawing iguana or is it a photorealistic iguana?
No, drawing iguana.
Okay, so let's go back to the top. U-Hauls aren't just cool trucks with drawings on them anymore.
What else is cool about them?
They're also the only thing John can apparently drive and rent.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to Edmonton here in February, and my car, as everybody knows by now, is crap. So I looked up, hey, how much would it be to rent a car? The very first thing, are you over the age of 25?
25?
Yeah, I'm not over the age of 25.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, what am I going to do? I could take an e-bus, I could take the Red Arrow, all that stuff, but I kind of like driving places. Like, it's fun, more fun than just sitting on a bus. So I looked up, what can I rent at 18? U-Haul!
That is quite interesting. Now, is it more expensive for you to rent?
It's $20 a day. And I believe mileage is all included. So it's like, why would I not go with this? The only thing is, why can I rent a truck at 18 years old? Doesn't have a back windshield, doesn't have any of that, but I can't rent a car.
Yeah, that is a quandary. And the other thing is, in Alberta, you start driving at 14, right?
Yep.
So you've been driving a while.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of experience under your belt.
Yeah.
You should be able to rent a car, John.
I should.
This is an archaic rule.
Yeah, arcade rule. Archaic rule.
Oh, dear. Rivers Casino has Kokanee Comedy Night the third Thursday of every month.
Because it's funnier than the second Thursday. I think that's exactly their slogan.
Really?
Yeah, I think they say the third Thursday because it's funnier than the second.
It is. Third and Thursday are hard to say together.
Ooh, I didn't even think about it that way.
But anyway, last night was comedy night. I was there with Brittany Lysing was the headliner.
Nice.
And she was hilarious. Opener was as well. His name was Bobby Warren. And Bobby was trying to warm up the crowd a little bit.
Okay.
And there was this fellow who was sitting front and center.
Don't like where this is going at all.
Arms crossed.
Yep.
Not moving. And Bobby kept kind of calling out to him like, oh, what do you do for a living? Are you celebrating anything tonight? Why'd you come here?
Yeah.
And he would not respond. He wouldn't say anything. His body did not move. He just stayed seated with his arms crossed, facing the front. And I thought, that's an interesting choice to keep calling out this guy. Well, Brittany gets on stage and the evening continues, and she as well. Hey, man, how you doing out there? You doing anything good tonight? Why'd you come? Silence. And I thought, I wonder why they keep calling this guy out. Well, a few minutes later, he decided to turn around, I guess, take a look around the room. Scariest face ever.
Really?
No expression, though. Just sitting there staring. So I think they were probably like, Frankenstein is here tonight, and he won't stop staring at me. I wonder if he'll interact. It was terrifying.
If you're the listener who was at this comedy show yesterday and Steph is calling you out, John is not.
Oh, are you trying to make sure that Frankenstein doesn't come and get us? I think those fancy Raptors McFlurries at McDonald's could be worth something.
Why is that?
Because apparently that star player, Pascal. Come on, help me out here. Siakam.
Ooh, so close. Siakam.
Okay, somebody watches basketball and somebody doesn't. But they traded that player that the McFlurry is based off of.
This is true. Right to the Indiana Pacers.
And it was such a shock move, and they keep advertising to me that I should try this McFlurry, and now I feel like I should actually buy about 15 of them, put them in my freezer, and see if I can sell them on eBay.
YouTube?
Yeah, sell them on YouTube. Hello.
You know what? I like the way you're thinking there. The only problem is it's really a plain McFlurry. It's vanilla, crushed red Smarties, and some hot fudge.
Sounds delicious.
But that's it. Like
red Smarties, though, I think that's the big kicker there that makes it like, ooh, you can tell that was a Raptors McFlurry, and that one had extra Smarties in it, so it's probably worth more.
Do they not sell red Smarties?
Not as a single red Smartie.
Oh, I guess you have to buy the little box or the bag, whatever.
Yeah, and they all have different colors in there. Okay. And then if you want only red, which tastes the exact same, by the way, as all the others, you have to sort them yourself.
Steph, what would your McFlurry taste like?
Oh, well, thanks for asking.
Oh,
in the 90s, they came out with this most delicious McFlurry. It was called a caramel Oreo one.
Okay.
And so it had hot caramel in it and Oreos mixed together.
Nice.
And it was like a limited time offer. And I just never stopped the limited time. Every time I get a McFlurry, I ask for caramel sauce in my Oreo McFlurry. Costs 50 cents extra. It's a life hack, and that is the Steph McFlurry. If they want to make one, Steph McFlurry, I guess they have to call it the Seidel or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they can make it Play 103 themed. Like I have to be like on a team.
Yeah, well, we're a team, you and I.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, the morning show theme team.
What's yours look like?
Mine, just a whole bunch of brownies.
Brownie.
Just brownie.
I'm sorry, but that's not one of the McFlurry toppings. You have to use what's available.
But what?
Score.
Really?
Smarties, Oreos, hot fudge, caramel.
They're not going to make an exception for me?
Well, I guess you are as famous as Pascal Siakam.
You can say both of our last names the exact same amount.
We're giving John an education on this show.
That's all this show is. That is all this show is. Yesterday was ponies. Today is Hanson.
Yes, because I tried to tell him that the Moffats are the Canadian Hanson brothers.
Yeah.
And he insisted that he'd never heard of Hanson.
I had no idea what Hanson was.
Which is obviously the band that sings bop dooba bop.
Yep.
But when I said Hanson Brothers, he expected that was a different unheard of band.
Yeah, no, Hanson Brothers, if you're going to show me Mbop as your example of the Hanson Brothers, that's not the song you show me. I thought they were all girls.
I know, the music video really doesn't help. They all have extremely long hair, and they all haven't hit puberty yet.
Yeah.
And I loved the Hanson Brothers growing up. I had all of their tapes. I had, Middle of Nowhere and Live from Albertine and Snowed In. And I remember I still actually have one of my tapes from back then. Yeah. A couple years ago, we bought a truck that had a tape deck in it. And I was like, ooh, boy, have I have a tape for this tape deck. And so I ran inside, got the Hanson tape, put it in there, discovered that back when I was, 10, 11 years old,
yep,
those boys were really something to look at. Now they just sounded kind of like a garage band with a bunch of kids just kind of mashing on instruments.
Mbop is still a hit, though.
Yeah, but the other ones, Lucy and Man from Milwaukee, what's going on there?
Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Steph and John replay.
Find more Steph and John at play1037.ca.